recently I went down to our local rock shop, and I always walk around looking for a rock that speaks to me, and this is just a piece of black agate. You can see that there is some banding on it, but anyway, you can see it's got some nice solid agate in there, and if you look through the light here, you can see some of that banding. Little piece over here. Now I don't know how that's going to look in its polished state, if you'll see the banding or not, but I want to give it a try. On the other side here, I actually templated out the different size cabochons I want to make. The one right there in the middle, F standing for front, is the front of probably the one I'm most interested in, because that'll be almost just pure black banded agate. The other stones will have parts that are agate, then parts that are kind of agatized matrix. This is one of the templates I chose, and this size here is the one that I'm going to use for that really nice part of the stone. And then I have some other templates that I used. One of the stones is going to be this one. And, some of these templates are standard and some not. So the non-standard ones, there won't be a setting pre-made for them, but you'll have to make something yourself. Just let you know what this costs in case you're interested. You probably can't see that, but on this side of the stone it said $8, and on the other side of the stone it said $12. So I said, hey, to the shop owner, I like the $8 price, and he said, yeah, that's what we'll sell it for. So this is an $8 stone. We'll see if we can get what we think is $8 worth of cabochons out. The first thing I'm going to need to do is to cut that slab that I showed you. So I'll do this on this 6-inch trim saw. So you can see there how that's cutting. I'll see if I can zoom in to show you some more. So this is a oil lubricated saw, so I'm wiping the oil off. Use mineral oil. But here are the 5 pieces that I plan to come out of that single slab. Because this stone is so dark, I used a Sharpie for the original outline. I'm now going to retrace that outline with some aluminum. There's the template we're using right there. And now I'll be able to see much better that line as I start grinding it into shape. By the way, the machine I use is the Easy Cab, which is a shop here locally, where just a few miles from where I live. starting with the 100 grit. As I get closer to the template line, I start to use my 220 or 200 grit because agate really chips pretty easily. This is the front, this is the back, so I don't want there to be large chips. So as I get close to that line, I will use the 200, which will chip less, and every now and then I'll back cut as well. Alright, so I'm really close to the line, and I've actually beveled it so the bottom is wider than the top here, and at this point I'm not going to cut any further until I have it rounded out and put on a dop stick. So I'm going to go back now to the 100 grit and put the bevel on it. The first thing I did was I put about a 45-degree bevel about to where I want the girdle. This is the girdle right here, and now I'll start to smooth that bevel out over the top of the tire, of the entire cabochon. Alright, so there is wet, so it's not really shiny, but it looks shiny. There's the roughed out cab. I'm pleased that I can start to see some of the banding in the black agate, which was really dark prior to this. And at this point I will put it on a dop, and that'll help me make it even smoother. I can handle it easier. And this water is really cold on my fingers, so that'll all help. Alright, so now I have it on this dop stick with dop wax, and I'll be able to more easily get it to fit just right on that template. Alright, now I'm going to go work on the polishing wheels. Readjust my light and my chair.
After polishing with these 3 diamond wheels, I go to a buffing pad on the end of the machine, which wasn't captured in this video. So you'll just see going from here to the buffing wheel where I used the Zan. But be aware that there was another step involved.
So there's our almost finished black banded agate. I'm still going to take it off the stone and I'll polish the back just to even make it more transparent. So here we have our 5 finished stones. The agate took a very nice polish. You see the really nice polish and the banding in it as well. I'll see if I can get it behind a light. There you can see how stunning that is as you look through the light.